Now let us see how to create a derived role. Now to create a derived role, you need to pick the master role for which you want to create the derived role. Okay, so we are going to select this role and say open. And let's go and quickly see whether this is a good role for us to use for a derived role or not, right? So let's see what all, see for a derived role, the main criteria is we need to have the organization levels, proper organization levels, right? So we do have here, so we have company codes, for example, we have purchasing groups and purchasing orgs and then sales org, okay? So we can use this now. Okay, so let's go back and click on edit. So let's say this is the ticket number. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's say derived roles. Okay. And we'll have all of that. Save and continue. We already maintained the actions and permissions and all. Click on continue. And here is, now you can go and derive the roles. So click on derive roles, right? The derive button. And now here's what we see. Leading org level value, right? What do you get? What is your org level value? Company code, purchasing group, purchasing organization. These are the org units that are coming from the master role. Okay? But remember when we did SPRO, we also mapped the org values, right? Organization value maps. We did this. So what did we do? We created two org level mappings, one for company code 2000, another for company code 3000. And then if you look, it had some field values, right? Some other sub org units, the child org units. So we did that. So here is the place where you have a choice of either using the org levels that are coming out of the master role, or if you say no leading org level and you click on add, you can pick the one that you created in SPRO, SPRO transaction code, okay, the organization value mapping that we created. You can pick one of them. So let's go and pick this and say okay, right? So the leading org level mapping you have is company code for 2000. Or you don't want this, you can go and remove this, okay, and just simply use the company code org level and then you give the company code here manually, okay, and say add. Okay, say next. So automatically you get all the org levels that are part of the master role, but the only org level that is populated now is company code because that is the leading org level. Okay, and remaining you have asterisks. So when you go and maintain the authorizations in the backend system, you will have an option to change the org levels accordingly. Now here is the place where you give the derived role name. Okay, so we say P colon, let's say we took this role, right? So let's change this to 2000 and shorten this up to AP1 derived role. Say derived. Okay, let's say derived role for, did we copy that role here? Yeah, we did. So let's do that. We'll just do this, okay, and say next. Okay, so you have all the org levels. Click on save. So this is the place now we are reviewing whether this is what you want, right? So click on save. So this org level is created now. Now we created this derived role with the org units, org levels that are coming from the master role. Okay, keep that in mind. Now click on save and continue. Now if you want to go and keep, let's go back once, right? So if you want to create another derived role, you have to go through the process one more time. Okay, in the additional roles, again, you can say derived role for, but these are coming from okay, provisioning, production. Okay, so let's save and then go to derived role, right? Say go next now. Okay, now you have to analyze, do the risk analysis here. Okay, go and say continue. So run the risk analysis, right? So run it in the foreground after selecting your rule set. So you have risks because the risks were there originally in the master role, the parent role. Save and continue. Generate. Save and so generate the role. Select the derived role. Say next. Enter the password. Right? So because the master role had the risks, you also see the risks here. Okay, so if you want, you can mitigate the risks and say submit. So two roles were generated, right? One was the master role, the other is the parent role. So close, sorry, one is the master role, the other is the derived role. Okay, so close and save and continue so that you complete the role creation process. So we created, now the role creation process is complete. So let's close this and see whether the role was created or not, the derived role. So you have this role here, derived role, and it is in complete status. Okay, so we created this derived role based out of the org levels, the org units that are coming out of the master role. Okay, so let us create another derived role as an example. We'll use the same role, okay? And this time we'll use the mapping that we created in the SPRO configuration. Okay, so let's do that.